I'm Bob Hallmark in our Longview studios today. Very quietly, with all of the things that were going on with the Halloween fun and the impending election, something happened this weekend that we almost missed. But it's very big for a lot of East Texans, and that is the opening weekend of deer season. It's a big time for hunters. It's a big time for the economy as well. And joining us to talk a little bit about this and how busy game wardens are right now is our friend Chris Swift out of Smith County. Chris, I guess it's not an exaggeration to say that you guys are pretty busy right now, is it?
We are busy. We are busy for sure. It could be busier. We're probably 10 or 15 degrees above normal. So the activity with the deer is not where it should be. I think our herd is healthy, but we're all waiting for some cool weather. I think probably not all the hunters came to the leases this weekend. We have seen some harvest, both bucks and does. The deer, like I said, the deer are in good shape, but just not a lot of activity. It's too hot.
Now, I was going to say there are some variables here that make this a little unusual. The weather kind of complicates things with a little bit of rain and the warm temperatures. Does this make it challenging for hunters going out on this first weekend?
It does. It changes a little bit. Just the activity is definitely not where it should be. So, the what everybody's catching on game cameras. After a little rain or a little front, we'll get a lot more activity on cameras. But it's just the heat. The opener yesterday was depending on who you talk to. Some places it was raining. Some places it was foggy. Yesterday afternoon there was a little bit of harvest, but um, it's definitely affected the activity. Tuesday, we should see the harvest go up, and then we just need some cooler weather.
Now, for a lot of East Texans, this is a time that they wait all year and prepare all year for. The One of the things that I guess we want to explain is what do game wardens look for out there? And one of the things that I know that comes up quite often is trespassing, and that is either intentional or unintentional. You have guys that I guess actually you go out and check out calls from people who maybe are, have crossed over into somebody else's land.
Yes, and our district has dealt with some of that. A lot of times it's a misunderstanding. Although you've got to be very careful. If you don't know, or if you had permission years in the past, we encourage you to make sure that the land hasn't changed hands. And then just you need to visit with your landowners. Whether it's a lease or whether you've had permission for years, you need to make sure that land hasn't changed hands. And that's usually what happens. We've had some lands that are in real estate deals right now, and the new owner hasn't closed the financing, so to speak, yet, and then has already allowed people to come on and hunt that property. So I know we had some of that in the last couple of days. So if you're not 100% sure, get something in writing to present to the game board. It's not required, but it certainly helps. Make sure you touch base with your landowners before season every year, and that's for dove hunting, duck hunting, deer hunting, any of that. So
okay. Now, for just an education here, everybody should know this already, but if you are a deer hunter, there are some requirements you have to make. You've got to have a license. You got to have your tags as well if you're going to go out.
yes, so we see people that have their licenses and they leave them, on the dresser, or they'll leave them in the vehicle. So if you're deer hunting or turkey hunting, anything in the state, if you have the physical paper license, not the digital license, but you have to tag that animal, and the law says tag the animal before you move it. So we've got harvest log requirements, we've got tagging requirements. So we want to see the animal tagged before you move it. And if your license is on the dresser at home, then you're not able to tag that animal. So I tell everybody, just a little checklist: take an extra couple minutes in the morning and have a place where you keep your license all season long to where you know where it's at. The best place to keep a license, in my opinion, where mine is right now, is in my wallet, because you have your wallet every day. So versus a hunting bag or something. So hunter's education requirements, and then the proper endorsements. Waterfowl season opens next weekend. So your federal duck stamp, things like that. So just take a few extra minutes, or you can go online to our website and make sure you've got all the documentation.
It is a fairly long season. You know, we're going to go all the way into the end of December for deer season. So it's not overestimating to say that this is a huge economic impact on the state, for the counties, because of all of the monies involved, you know, with licensing and tags and things of that nature, which is why you guys regulate this so much, is because it is a huge business and we want to see it go smoothly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just know your regulations and know your ammunition. There we see a lot of people with new guns, trying them out this year. So make sure you spend a little bit of time at the range. Make sure that your gun is sighted in, for a clean harvest of the animal. That way it doesn't run onto an adjacent property. And if it does, make sure you contact your local game warden or get permission from that landowner. But just like a new boat, when you have a new rifle or a shotgun, get familiar with it. Don't have the first time you shoot it when you're in the deer stand. So spend a little bit of time at the range, take a few shots.
Okay, final thing, I guess, as far as I can tell, there are no major changes in any of the rules or regulations this year. Just if you're a hunter, just be cognizant of your surroundings, and as you said, be sure that you're ready when you do go out there.
Absolutely. And we have had a few changes on doe days. So a lot of doe days are extended. So just make sure that you know your requirements. We've got the outdoor annuals that we can that you hand out at the office or at Walmart or Academy, the actual books, but you can also go online and download our outdoor annual for free, and then type in whatever county you're in, and then make sure that you know when your doe days are. A lot of people get confused on that. I've had a lot of questions the last week on when you can shoot a doe in Smith County and other counties. So just make sure, and antler restrictions apply for East Texas as well. So just make sure you're that you know your laws on your bucks and your does and your spikes.
Okay, Chris, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Okay, Bob.
All right. And we'll have more on this coming up on KLTV 7 News for KLTV Web Extra. I'm Bob Holmer.